Good morning guys, as you can see it's a nice crispy morning and today we're going to head off and do the summit of Bakestall.
To wrap up a brilliant 4-night break in the Lake District, we're finishing strong with another Wainwright, Bakestall. One last climb, one last set of views and the perfect way to end the trip.
After a few days of rain, stop and play, we were buzzing to finally get back out hiking again. Good morning guys, and what a beautiful morning it is. If only it could have been like this all week while we've been down here. Just parked here on Peterhouse Farm, also known as Trafford. If you look on Google Maps it says Trafford. I'll give you the three words here. Over here we've got a signpost for the public bridleway up towards Skiddaw House, Threlkeld and Dash Falls. Right guys, so that's where we're parked. We'll come through that gate and then you're pretty much following a very distinctive path all the way to the top, I believe. I believe that's Great Cock Up over there, which we did kind of mid last year. And that's where we're heading, up and over to the back of Skiddaw, Bakestall. How are we feeling today?
Fine.
Fresh, ready for it? I tell you what, Dave Ossel, if you're watching, Rex is definitely a fan of the cider, so we might have to get some more bulk order. Just wondering if you can courier it up to Durham. Well, it's Sheep Crop Central. So, just going to bend off to the left here. I think that's the Trustmadore Valley in front of us. We've got Great Scarfell behind that. Second gate of the day. We did have Heart of Crag and Green Crag planned in this week, and then we decided to skip those two and do Burnbank Fell, I think, and Blake Fell. But then when we were looking again, they were a little bit further out than our route to come back home, so that's why we've decided to pick up Bakestall instead. It's only about 10 minutes from the lodge, and it's kind of en route back home as well to Durham, so happy days. Honest to God, you think we're in a different country to what it was like on Wednesday and Thursday in the lakes. Absolutely teamed it down on Wednesday and Thursday, but we made the most of it. You see, we're an adventure channel. We managed to get out and about still and just took my brollies. About 2 miles from Peterhouse car park to the summit. The sheepy this one, isn't it?
Sheepy.
Proper hurdy-gurdy fest. So if you've got dogs, definitely recommend you keep them on the lead. Might be alright once you get through the farmland. Actually just watched Dave Ossel Mountain Man and Dave Allen from DA Outdoors doing this walk just a few weeks back actually, but they were actually in the snow at the top. It's freezing cold. They bagged this and they bagged a couple of Burketts and Singes as well. I think the 2 days was telling us there's about 400 and odd Burketts or Singes, one of the two. I certainly won't be climbing all them as well. I've done a few Burketts obviously en route up the Wainwrights, but after we've tackled the Wainwrights I think we'll do the outer line ones. We've done a couple already. We might mix them up and do a few in between. That was our third gate of the day. Looking back down to Bass and Thread. In the distance you can just make out Bass sticking out there. In front of us there we have Great Calver, which is another Wainwright we need to bag. Distance there we've got Little Nettle House. And there's a track that leads straight up to it, but we're going to bear off to the right. And there's actually a little marker stone here. There we go, we've got the bridleway via Dash Falls, Skiddaw House and Threlkeld. It's written on that bit of slate there, look. Lovely views of the valley starting to open up with Dash Falls in the distance there. Right, the bridle path's starting to incline a bit now as we head up the Dead Crags. You see the little waterfall coming down there, the little cascade. I think that is Great Scarfell in between those two summits there. I'm sure Dave Ossel will tell us if I'm wrong. I think just up here there's a little bridge that goes over the top of Dead Crags, and then we come way over side of that dry stone wall. Just make out the track there that we're going to keep following. Here we have the little bridge. Over Dead Crags. A lot of water flowing, we've had a lot of rainfall. Look at those views already though. So at this point, we're just over a mile in from where we parked up the car. We've got about a mile to go. We're going to start hitting some elevation very shortly. So I was wrong earlier, I said that that was Little Nettle House. It's actually Dash Farm, which makes sense because you got Dash waterfall. Just continuing along this path now so far, been really easy. I'm pretty sure that's going to change very quickly though. Up there, I believe, is Dead Crag. A little amphitheatre here.
Oh, there you can stay there.
Yeah.
Self-catering.
Dash Farm, yeah. Yeah, so you can actually rent that out for the weekend or whatever. But I'm really enjoying this walk so far. Weather's obviously helping, but got gorgeous views. Waterfall in the distance there. Fantastic. The coat's off, like we've got a bit of a sweat on now. But so far it's been a really easy walk. See the steep pull in the distance starting to emerge as we meander around, snake around. And I believe we're going to get up there where the top of the waterfall is there and then skirt back around. So we're on top of this. It would have been nice to get Grey Carver done today as well, but I don't think we're going to have enough time, and we've got the long drive back as well. I think that's Dead Crags, might be Baker Crags as well. But there, look at that waterfall now. Dash Falls. Definitely get the drone out while we're on our way up there. Got so from back there, this track looked like it actually did get quite steep, but it's not too bad to be fair. Now it feels like we're in a amphitheatre. The amphitheatre of Dead Crag.
Oh.
You can't actually see Dash Falls now, it's over there. The drone's out. We'll get some footage coming up past Dash Falls. I was just thinking, I've just ordered myself a nice new Berkhouse coat, like a 3-in-1, waterproof fleece, etc. It's just been delivered today, so I'll pick that up and give it a little review when we get home. But I really need one of those front bags. But she's got one, I can't remember the brand, it's OSM or something like that. But just ideal for the drone, because obviously I drone quite a lot, not as much as Beck's like, but obviously I like to get it out quite often. Keep going. But it'd be nice just to keep it in the front pouch. Yeah, just found there's a little launch pad for me drone. Dash Falls, also known as Whitewater Dash, is a dramatic cascade at the head of Dash Valley near Skiddaw. It's often described by Alfred Wainwright as the finest succession of falls in the region. We are at the top of the waterfall. If you look down at that, I had a bit of fun with the drone there. That's a pretty waterfall, that one, big one. Some high drops, not the biggest in the lakes, I think the biggest is Scale Force. But a pretty one. So we're coming up to a stile here. And I think, like you see, I think we skirt back around that way and Bakestall will be up there. So when you get to this stile and gate at the top of the Dash Falls, instead of following the path forward, you branch off at an angle to the right and you follow this dry stone wall and fence. So this is where we start to gain a bit elevation, and this is now going to carry us back over the top above Dead Crag, or Dead Crags, up to the summit. Not a very distinctive path, but we're going to head up it. Oh. Now, when I said that walk was easy earlier, this is where it all changes. Turns out we were wrong. We're coming up this grassy bit, so it's on the other side of that wall there, look. Yeah, I've just done this little elevation for now. Little warm up, pre-warm up. So we're going to go back down now on the other side of this bloody wall. Just noticed some dirty Geordies left a bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale. Right, so rewind selector. It's this side you got to go up. AJ, lead the way. Well, we've got the bog on this side, that's for sure. Try and pick a spot and go for it, AJ. Super boggy. I think it might be alright once you get past these reeds and that. So, we're a mile and a half in. Half a mile to go till we summit. We're out that bog fest now. I'm starting to take back what I said about it being an easy route. Definitely steep this bit. Almost at the top of that dirty little elevation now. So about 0.4 miles, 20 minutes till we get to the high point of Bakestall, and then to hit the Wainwright you come out a little bit. About 0.3 miles now, just heading up Birket Edge. And to be fair, we probably could have continued on that side of the fence now looking at it. It's just like a grassy path, probably would have been less boggy, but we're on the defined path. If that's Great Calver over there, I am picking that up today as well. no chance. I'll see what the distance is from the summit of Bakestall anyway. But aye, lovely views now. Little Calver, Great Calver, Blencathra, and you've got Clough Head, Great Dodd, Stye Barrow Dodd, Lonscale Fell. As you get a little bit higher, you'll see Little Man and Skiddaw. Tell you what, Butchie, if you're watching, this is like Greystones all over again. Well, just over 0.2 miles to the summit. We've lost most of the blue sky now. A little bit cloud starting to come in. I've got a little bit of a break now from that bloody elevation of doom. So the highest point of Bakestall, I believe, is just at the top of this fence. You can just see a little track leading off to the right. So we're going to follow that, and that'll take us to the Wainwright cairn. Look back down at the track in the col, and we should be at the summit just over this next little crest. Whoo! That was a slog up that bit. Here we are then, summit of Bakestall, 673 metres. High five, AJ. Well done, mate.
From above the summit, Bakestall feels even more remote, a quiet perch looking out across the northern fells. We're pushing hard towards our goal of hitting 100 Wainwrights this year, and this is another one ticked off.
So stay tuned for more hiking action with Place Fell, the Triple Wainwright with fellow creators, and then the big one, Scafell Pike, the highest mountain in England and the tallest of all the Wainwrights.
Right, so we've got Skiddaw up there. The peak of Skiddaw is only about 1.2 miles from here. And then you've got Little Man behind it. So AJ hasn't actually done Skiddaw yet, or Little Man and Lonscale Fell, but he's wanting to go in Summit Skiddaw today, but we're going to leave it and do the three together. Probably later on in the year. So right down there you've got Bass again, Bass and Thwaite Lake, Binsey, and then Overwater just over there. And you've got Great Cockup, Meal Fell, etc. Great Scarfell.
So we've actually got a nice
thermos full of chicken and veg big soup today. Keep us warm at the top. So we're now going to go and touch the highest point of Bakestall, which is just next to this fence up the top here. We're not going to bother with Great Calvert today. It's about 2.3 miles from here, so you kind of follow that zigzag track up to the summit there. You can just see make out the cairn. Skiddaw, like you say, 1.2 miles. AJ wants to go and do it, but I think we're going to do what Lee from Butchie Boys Adventures was on about. So if you come over in 2 cars, one of you parks at Lakeland, one of you comes round, parks where we park today, and then you can come up, do Bakestall, then do Skiddaw, and then go on to Little Man, and then Lonscale Fell, drop back down to Lakeland, pick the car up, and we then come back, drive back over. Right, so that's the actual highest point of Bakestall. Onwards to Skiddaw.
What are you doing?
Collecting frogs or doing get run over?
Are you rescuing off the road and then we're going to go release them?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're good lad, that's so kind. We've seen too many squashed by cars, didn't we? So we're going to release them. Another one?
Yep, we got loads and
We'll have to count how many frogs you've saved from being run over tonight.
I'm just going to pick it up.
You are going to be saved, little one. Is AJ's rescue mission complete? We saved what, about 20 frogs?
Let's go to
Hi guys, safely away from the road. As always, thanks for watching and please take the time to like, comment and subscribe.